The love and hip-hop world has always been known for its high-stakes drama, fierce rivalries, and shocking twists. But even by those standards, the recent events surrounding Kirk Frost have taken things to a whole new level. Fans are still reeling from the news of his brutal attack, an incident that initially appeared to be a random act of violence. However, as the days have gone by, more and more information has surfaced, and it's becoming clear that this wasn't just some isolated incident. In fact, some are now alleging that this attack was a carefully orchestrated plan. And the most shocking part of all? A well-known love and hip-hop star is being accused of being the mastermind behind it. At first, the attack on Kirk Frost seemed like a tragic and random event. Reports surfaced stating that Kirk was jumped outside a luxury hotel, leaving him hospitalized and sparking countless rumors and speculations. Fans were shocked, but no one could have predicted what would come next. Allegations that the attack was more than just a random act of violence. Some sources are now claiming that this was a personal attack, one that had everything to do with Kirk's past drama with a mystery love and hip-hop cast member. The accusations quickly spiraled out of control, and social media has been in an absolute frenzy ever since. People are trying to piece together who could be responsible for such a brutal act, and some names are beginning to emerge. The rumor mill quickly began to turn, and as fans dug deeper, one name seemed to rise to the surface: Mendeces Harris. Known for his past controversies and his high-profile marriage to Yandy Smith, Mendeces had always appeared to have a cordial relationship with Kirk. But now, people are starting to connect the dots, and the theory that Mendeces may have played a role in the attack is gaining traction. Things took an even darker turn when a leaked CCTV clip from the hotel surfaced online. Initially, the footage didn't seem to reveal much. It showed Kirk walking through the hotel lobby, seemingly unaware of what was about to happen. But then, just seconds before the attack, a shadowy figure appeared in the background. The quality of the footage was grainy, but fans wasted no time dissecting it. They zoomed in on the body structure and clothing of the figure, comparing it to photos and social media posts of Mendeces. And what they found was striking. The figure in the footage resembled Mendeces in a way that couldn't be ignored. The outfit matched one Mendeces had worn just days before the attack, and there was even a distinctive chain visible in the video, which seemed eerily familiar to fans. While this footage raised suspicions, there was still no concrete proof linking Mendeces to the attack. But then a series of text messages surfaced online. These messages, which were allegedly exchanged between Mendeces and an unknown contact, were chilling. One message, allegedly sent just 24 hours before the attack, read, "Make sure it happens. I don't want any loose ends." The internet exploded. If these messages were real, they would indicate that Mendeces had orchestrated the attack on Kirk. But were they legitimate? Some fans questioned the authenticity of the texts, but others believed they were the smoking gun that could prove everything. As the rumor mill continued to churn, an anonymous source who claimed to be a love and hip-hop producer came forward with even more shocking information. This insider revealed that there had been tension brewing between Kirk and Mendeces for months. According to the source, Kirk had recently been negotiating a lucrative new deal with the show's producers, one that would give him more control over his storyline and a bigger paycheck. Mendeces, on the other hand, was reportedly feeling sidelined and overlooked. The insider claimed that Mendeces felt like he was being pushed out of the spotlight in favor of Kirk, and that this tension had been building for some time. The producer admitted that while no one had expected things to escalate to violence, the animosity between the two men had reached a boiling point. Just when fans thought the story couldn't get any crazier, another bombshell dropped. A leaked voice recording. This recording, which was anonymously sent to a popular gossip blog, allegedly featured Mendeces himself. The recording was only a few seconds long, but the words spoken sent shockwaves through social media. In the recording, the voice, which sounded eerily similar to Mendeces, can be heard saying, "I don't care what happens to him, just make sure it's done." If the recording was real, it would practically be a confession. But the problem was that the voices were distorted, and there was no clear evidence linking Mendices directly to the attack.
This revelation sparked rumors
The
and
uncertainty
criticism,
surrounding the
but
recording
Yandy
only
defended
fueled more speculation, and the internet was divided. Some fans were convinced that Mendices was guilty, while others believed that someone was out to frame him. As the accusations continued to spread, Mendices went completely silent. No social media posts, no interviews, and no public statements. For someone who was usually very active online, his sudden disappearance raised even more suspicions. Fans began questioning whether he was hiding because he was guilty, or if he was just waiting for the right moment to address the situation. The longer he stayed quiet, the more people believed he had something to hide. Meanwhile, new reports started, circulating that law enforcement was investigating Mendices' possible involvement in the attack. Some sources claimed that police had already started questioning people close to him, while others suggested that Mendices had gone into hiding to avoid the heat. Fans were torn. Some still believed he was innocent and that the rumors were being blown out of proportion, but others were starting to feel like the evidence was stacking up against him. This scandal had escalated quickly, and no one knew what was going to happen next. Behind the scenes, producers from Love and Hip Hop were reportedly scrambling to figure out how to handle the situation. Some sources claimed that they were considering firing Mendices from the show, while others wondered whether they would address the scandal on camera. It was clear that this controversy had the potential to damage the franchise, and producers were under pressure to make a decision. Then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any crazier, a former associate of Mendices came forward, with even more shocking allegations. This anonymous source claimed that Mendices had been talking about getting back at Kirk for months, and that the beef between them wasn't just about love and hip-hop contracts or TV drama. It was personal. According to the source, Mendices believed that Kirk had betrayed him in some way that went beyond reality TV. While the details were vague, the rumors were already swirling, and fans were left wondering if there was more to the story than anyone realized. As more and more details emerged, another piece of CCTV footage surfaced, this time from a different camera angle at the hotel. The footage showed the shadowy figure once again, but this time, there was someone else standing just a few feet away. The person, wearing a hoodie and keeping their face hidden, had been completely overlooked in the earlier footage. Fans immediately began speculating about who this person might be. Some believed it was one of Mendices' close friends, while others thought it might have been a hired attacker, someone Mendices had allegedly paid to do his dirty work. Mendices' silence was working against him, and the fans were growing more impatient. They wanted answers, but instead, they were getting more confusion. Then, Yandy Smith, his wife, finally broke her silence. She took to Instagram Live, visibly frustrated and emotional, to address the rumors head-on. "This is crazy," she said, shaking her head. "People love to twist stories and make up lies. Mendices had nothing to do with this. You all need to stop believing everything you see online." But instead of calming the situation, Yandy's response only made things worse. Fans noticed that she didn't seem as defensive as they expected her to be. Her voice shook slightly, and some speculated that she was nervous or holding something back. When one fan asked her why Mendices was hiding, she hesitated for a brief second before responding. "He's not hiding," she said. "He just doesn't want to feed into this nonsense." That brief hesitation sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans immediately began questioning whether Yandy was lying to cover for Mendices, or if she knew something but wasn't ready to say it yet. The uncertainty only made things worse. Just when people thought they had heard it all, Kirk Frost's wife, Rashida, entered the conversation. She posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, "Some people will do anything to stay relevant." She didn't mention any names, but fans immediately assumed she was talking about Mendices. The drama was escalating, and no one knew where it was headed next. Kirk, who had been recovering in the hospital, was reportedly refusing to speak to anyone outside of his immediate family. Some sources claimed that he was waiting for legal advice before making any public statements, while others speculated that he was staying quiet because he knew who was behind the attack, but wasn't ready to name names. His silence only added to the mystery. Then, in an unexpected twist, a security guard from the hotel where the attack took place came forward with new information. The guard claimed that Mendices had been at the hotel after the attack had already happened. According to the guard, Mendices appeared stressed and was pacing back and forth in the lobby, making multiple phone calls. With every new development, the mystery surrounding Kirk Frost's attack grew deeper. Was Mendices involved, or was he just a victim of circumstance? As the drama unfolded, one thing was clear. This scandal was far from over. The truth was still out there, but no one knew where it was hiding. Fans continued to speculate, and the pressure was mounting. What would happen next? Only time would tell. As the investigation into the attack on Kirk Frost continues, the twists and turns surrounding this case seem to never end. Just when it appeared that the drama might be winding down, more pieces of the puzzle have been revealed, leaving everyone, from fans to industry insiders, desperately trying to make sense of what is really happening. As the pressure mounts on Mendices and Yandy, there are growing questions about the true nature of their relationship and whether they are both involved in a larger conspiracy to cover up the truth. The spotlight on Mendices has only intensified, since the police have named him a person of interest in Kirk's attack. His silence, once seen as him just lying low to avoid further media attention, has now taken on a new significance. Fans are growing more and more suspicious, and some have begun questioning whether Mendices is trying to avoid saying something that might incriminate him. Others argue that he's simply trying to let the chaos die down before he speaks out. But the longer he stays quiet, the more theories emerge. Yandy's continued defense of her husband has only complicated the situation. While she initially made a clear statement in Mendices' defense, her demeanor in her latest Instagram live video raised even more eyebrows. Her voice cracked slightly when she spoke, and some fans couldn't shake the feeling that she might not be as certain about her husband's innocence as she claimed to be. The fact that she quickly dismissed the concerns raised in the online community without offering any concrete evidence of Mendices' innocence led some to believe she may have been trying to downplay the situation or protect him from further backlash. Then there's Rashida, who has been a quieter presence in the love and hip-hop world, but her cryptic Instagram post sent shockwaves through social media. "Some people will do anything to stay relevant," she wrote. While she never explicitly named Mendices, the timing of the post made it clear that she was speaking directly to the scandal surrounding him. Fans quickly began to speculate whether Rashida knew more than she was letting on, or if she was simply reacting to the whirlwind of rumors swirling around Mendices. Could she have information that could further complicate the case, or is she simply stirring the pot in the midst of the drama? Meanwhile, Kirk Frost remains largely silent, aside from his cryptic Instagram post that read, "I know exactly who did this, and they know I know." Fans were immediately divided, with some believing that Kirk was hinting at Mendices, while others argued that it was just another mind game designed to keep the speculation alive. It became increasingly clear that Kirk, while recovering from his injuries, had no intention of letting this scandal die down quietly. His post only added more fuel to the fire, leaving everyone wondering whether he would eventually reveal the name of the person behind the attack. The entire situation took an unexpected turn when a security guard from the hotel where the attack took place came forward with new information. This anonymous source claimed that Mendices was at the hotel after the attack occurred, pacing around the lobby, looking visibly stressed, and making several phone calls. This revelation raised even more questions. If Mendices wasn't involved in the attack, then why was he at the hotel afterward, and what was he doing there? The fact that the security guard couldn't hear what Mendices was saying during his phone calls added to the mystery. Was he trying to cover his tracks, or was he simply trying to find out what had happened to Kirk? This new piece of information doesn't clear Mendices, but it doesn't completely incriminate him either. It only deepens the mystery, forcing fans and authorities alike to keep digging. As if the mystery surrounding Mendices' involvement wasn't enough, another bombshell dropped when an anonymous source came forward claiming they had undeniable proof that Mendices was involved in the attack. This new source, an ex-friend of Mendices, spoke out and claimed that he had been acting suspiciously in the weeks leading up to the attack. The source stated that Mendices had been making phone calls late at night, meeting with people in secret and generally acting differently than usual. The source didn't have solid evidence to back up these claims, but they did mention something that Mendices allegedly said to them days before the attack. People got to learn not to mess with me. I'll handle things my way.